9.8, and I think we did question 4. Question 4. Yeah. So now we will start question number 5, right? Okay, so 9.8, question number 5. Here we have solve each of these equation for 0 less than x less than 360 degree. And first we have to solve for sec square of x equals to 4. So now what we will do, into cos. So direct, what we can say, the reciprocal of sec square is cos square of x, so it means this is 1 over 4. Okay, so now here if we take a square root of this part, then what you will get, cos of x equals to plus minus 1 over 2. So now once we will take cos of x equals to 1 over 2, or the second, cos of x equals to negative 1 over 2. So x will be cos inverse of 1 over 2, or cos inverse of negative 1 over 2. So now here, now we will draw a graph of cos of x. The graph of cos of x is 0, let 90, 180, 270 and 360. Here we will take 1, 2, negative 1, negative 2. This is our x-axis, this is y. So as we know, at 0 cos will be in 1, at 90 cos 0, at 180 cos negative 1, 270 0, and again at 360 it's positive 1. So if we connect these dots, then this is our graph. So now if we can find the value of cos inverse of 1 over 2, so it is 60 degree. So 60. Okay. So cos 60, 60 is somewhere after, let this is 45. So after 45 we will assuming this is 60 something here. So now what we will do, we will draw a line and now parallel to x-axis where the curve intersect again and draw a perpendicular on x-axis. So how we will get this angle now? So this quadrant is fourth quadrant. So in fourth quadrant, what we will do? So fourth quadrant, we, yeah, we will subtract from 360. So the resultant angle we have 60. So that is 300. So here we will get the value of x is 60 as well as 300. Now if we will solve for negative 1 over 2, so at which angle we will get negative 1 over 2? 120. So here we will get x equals to 120. So you can use a calculator for this. Or now 120, let after 90, let somewhere here we will get 120. So again we will draw a line to intersect with a curve and then parallel to x-axis, the next intersection to the curve. Now again perpendicular on x-axis. So now this intersection point lies in third quadrant. Yeah, and this is in between 180 to 270. So we can say this is lies in between third quadrant. So for third quadrant, what we will do? 180 plus there is a 180 plus 120, 300. But this is not possible. No, 180. No, we have to sub add 60 degree, not 120, because from the difference between 180 to 120 is 60. So in general, if we can simplify this part, so our standard angle still 60 degree. So because this is a negative, so cos lies in second quadrant. So what we will do? Cos 180 minus 60, right? That is 120. Okay, so that's why our standard angle is still 60 degree. So we will add 60 here. Now the result is 240. Now if you can use a calculator, then if you want to find the cos 240, you can get negative 1 over 2. Yes. Okay. So we have to solve for standard angle. Here we don't have to think according to 120. Okay. Okay. 16 cot square 1 over 2 of x equals to 9. So here. Now first what we will do, we will arrange the given function. So let's take 16 that side. So we can say this is cot square of, and if we can write, then we can say x over 2, that is equals to 9 over 16. So now the reciprocal of cot is 10. So we can say 10 square x over 2, that is equals to 16 over 9. Right. So now take a square root. So 10 of x over 2, that is equals to plus minus 4 over 3. So again we will write 10 x over 2, that is equals to plus 4 over 3, or 10 x over 2, that is equals to negative 4 over 3. So now here what we will do, No, first we will assume x over 2 as a different angles. Different angle like we have in the previous session we did cos x square of x, like I think sec square of 2x something. So as if we have a multiple of angles, then we are assuming some, right? So, or if you want to direct, then you can also solve. But let we will assume, consider x over 2 as a. So now this is 10 of a equals to 4 over 3. Now a will be 10 inverse 4 over 3, and the same as in, so here we can write similarly a equals to tan inverse of negative 4 over 3. So now we will draw a graph of tan over x. 0, 90, 180, 270, 360. As we know, tan is not defined at 90 and 270, so we will draw a asymptote line on 90 and 270. So let's draw a standard graph of tan. So 1, 2, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So let the graph of tan is already we know this is the graph of tan. So we are plotting standard graph for tan. Okay. So now let's solve by using calculator. So tan inverse 4 over 3 is 53.1. So here if we can continue here, so a equals to 53.1. So let if here in between somewhere we have 45 degree, so 53, we are assuming something here. So now draw a line, again parallel to x-axis and perpendicular on x-axis. So now in which quadrant we are? Third quadrant. For third quadrant, what we will do? So a equals to, we will do direct 180 plus the standard angle is 53.1. So if we will add, then 233.1. Okay, now let's find by using calculator a equals to tan inverse of negative 4 over 3. So here what you will get, a equals to, yeah, this is a, yeah, this is a, uh, yeah, we are solving for the other a. Negative 53.1. So how we will get negative 53.1? if we are plotting in this graph. No. So negative 53.1, it means 10 is in second quadrant, right? So if 10 is in second quadrant, 10 is in second quadrant, then what we will do? Just we will do a equals to 180 minus what we get, 53.1. So now let's subtract this, so you will get the other value of a. 126.9. So 126.9, it means 90 plus 36, something somewhere we are assuming here. So if we will make a graph, so draw a parallel to y-axis where intersect at this given curve. From here again parallel to x-axis, and the next point where we get in fourth quadrant, right? So now here what angle we will get? So in fourth quadrant what we will do? Just 360 minus, no, the standard angle. Yes, here our standard angle is 53.1. So here we can say a equals to 360 minus 53.1. So if we can subtract, no, 306.9. Yeah, 306.9 degree. So but this is a, not x. Now we will solve for x. So let's resubstitute the value of a. So the value of a is x over 2. So our first angle is a equals to 53.1, or second angle is 233.1. So a is x over 2. So 53.1, let's multiply in this. So x will be 106.2, or if we can multiply in this, 233.2 times 1, 466.2. So this is out of range, so we can say x does not equals to 466.2. And same is in this part, or a is, the first a is 126.9, or 306.9. So let's resubstitute the value of a, x over 2, 126.9, or x over 2 equals to 306.9. So here x, if we can multiply in 126.9, then 253.8. If we can multiply this two in 126.9, so 253.8, and if we can multiply this two in that 306.9, then 613.8. but again this is out of range, so we can say x naught equals to that part. So here we have solution for x is 106.2 and 253.8. These two solutions we have. Okay, you can see this on this solution, right? Okay. Otherwise, I will write 106.2 or x equals to 253.8. So now, in question number 6, solve each of the following. Again, we have range is 0 less than and equals to x less than and equals to 360. And here we have a equation in a quadratic form. So let first we will do first a part, then we will think the rest of questions. So here 3 tan square of x negative sec of x negative 1 equals to 0. So now what we will do here? A similar function. No, we can't convert into a cos. How? Yeah. Note this sec. Can we write this tan square of x in terms of sec square of x? So just think directly. I think we did in the last last session. Here we have identities 1 plus tan square of x equals to sec square of x. Okay, so in this equation, we have two different functions, so we have to convert into a same function. And this is we have a quadratic equation. So if you change this into a cos, so this is a 1 over cos, not 10. So by using trigonometric identities, we can convert this tan into sec. So let's take this one that side. So what we can say, the tan square of x equals to sec square of x negative 1, right? So now, so 3 in a bracket, now we will write sec square of x negative 1 negative sec x negative 1, that is equals to 0. Now let's multiply. So 3 sec square of x negative 3, this negative sec x as it is, negative 1 also as it is. Now let's simplify. So 3 sec square of x negative sec of x, negative 3 negative 1 is negative 4, that is equals to 0. Now here we have a quadratic equation. So can we find the factor of this equation? Factors. Factorization we have to do. Yeah. So the product of two number is 12 and the subtraction is negative 1. So I think in front of you you have two numbers already, 4 and 3. So what we can say, 3 sec square of x plus 3 sec of x negative 4 sec of x negative 4, that is equals to 0. From first pair we will take 3 sec of x common. So here we'll have sec of x plus 1. Here we will take negative 4 common. So sec of x plus 1, that is equals to 0. Now here we have two factor, sec of x plus 1 and 3 sec of x negative 4 equals to 0. So now we can say sec of x plus 1 equals to 0, or 3 sec of x negative 4 equals to 0. So sec of x equals to negative 1, or sec of x equals to 4 over 3. So now let's reciprocal the given thing, because now we have to convert into cos. So if we can convert this sec in a cos, so the reciprocal of negative 1 is no, still negative 1. Okay, and the reciprocal of this sec, again we will say cos of x, the reciprocal of 4 over 3 is 3 over 4. So now we have to solve for these two values. So let again we are plotting a graph of cos of x. So 0, 90, 180, 270 and 360. This is 1, 2, negative 1, negative 2. With x-axis, y-axis. Now already we know the standard graph. Okay, so where we are. Okay, so already we know the standard graph of cos of x. So let plot the graph directly. So at 0 we will get 1, 90 0, 180 negative 1, 270 0 and 360 again positive. So let's connect these points. This is the graph of cos of x. Now if we can move again here, so the value of x is cos inverse of negative 1. So at which angle we know cos is negative 1? 180. Okay, so we know direct this is 180. Here we will get cos is negative 180. So at 180, so we can say x equals to 180. Here we don't get a other angle, because if we can draw this line continues to parallel to x-axis, so till 360 we didn't intersect the given curve, because and we have a range of 360 only. So that's why here for negative 1 we will get only one angle. Now let's solve for this x. So here x equals to cos inverse of 3 over 4. This is cos inverse. So what is the value of x now? 31, 41. Okay, 41.4 degree. So 41.4, it means if we can say this middle value is a 45 degree. So before 45, so 41 we are assuming somewhere here. So let me draw graph this, and again parallel to x-axis, and after the intersection to the curve again perpendicular on x-axis. So now in which quadrant we are? Yeah, this is 41.4, right? So yeah, now we are in which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. So for fourth quadrant, what we will do? For fourth quadrant, what we will do for the angle? Minus the standard angle. So the 360 minus the standard angle, here we will get 41.4. So let's subtract. So 319 point, no, 318.6. Am I right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So these are the standard angles for this equation. D, D in the, okay. I will just explain the D, but I don't think so. We have to do D. Okay. So in the D part, what you have to do here again, we have 2 cot square of x negative 5 cosec of x negative 1, that is equals to 0, right? So now this entire equation we have to convert into a same function. So which function we can convert into other? So for this you have to remember trigonometric identities. Okay, like for sine, in identities we have a sine square and cos square in one identity. Okay, tan square and sec square we have in other second identities. The relation in identities sine and cos, tan and sec. Okay, and similar we can say cot square theta plus 1, that is equals to cos x square theta. So this relation you have to understand. So now here we have cot and cos x. So we can easily convert this cot square x in terms of cos x. Just take this one that side. So now we can say 2 times cos x square x minus 1 minus 5 cos x minus 1, that is equals to 0. Okay. So now let's open the bracket. So 2 cos x square x negative 2 negative 5 cos x negative 1 equals to 0. If we will simplify this part, then 2 cos x square x negative 5 cos x negative 3, that is equals to 0. Now again factorization. Yes. So the product of two numbers should be a 6 and subtraction is 5. So now which two number? Yeah, negative 6. No, but the subtraction is not subtraction we need. Negative 6 and positive 1. Okay. So then you can continue. Okay. If you have any doubt, then we will discuss in next session. Okay. I think let's move on either G or H. Yes, because in this, okay, last four question, here we don't have a square function. So We can't use trigonometric identities to convert one function into other function. So we have to simplify or rearrange the function. So what we do for h, 12 sec of x, negative 10 cos of x, negative 9 tan of x, that is equals to 0. Now let's start. Now we have to make a focus because we have three different functions and we have to convert these all three different function into a one function. So now we will sign our course. Okay, so let 12 sec we can write 12 over cos, negative 10 cos x as it is, and negative 9, and as 10 we can write sin x over cos. We know this much. Now these two terms have a same denominator. So can we write these two terms like with one denominator, negative 10 cos of x, that is equals to 0. Okay, because here we have denominator is similar, so we can add or subtract the numerator directly. So now let's take this part as it is and now cross multiply this cos into that cos. So 12 negative 9 sine of x, if we can multiply this cos in that cos, so 10 cos square of x and the whole denominator by cos. Now this cos, if we can take that side, so 0 times cos of x is 0. So here what we left, 12 negative 9 sine of x negative 10 cos square of x equals to 0. Now we left two functions. So which function we can convert into other function? Yes. So 12 negative 9 sine of x negative 10 as it is, we can say 1 minus sine square of x equals to 0. So now let's multiply by this 10. So 12 9 sine square sine of x negative 10, if we can multiply negative negative positive, 10 sine square of x equals to 0. Let's arrange the given equation. So we will write the square part first. So we can say 10 sine square of x, then the sine part, negative 9 sine of x, then plus 12, that is equals to 0. If you want, sorry, we can't take anything common in this. Okay, so now again factorization, the product of two numbers is 12 and the addition is, sorry, 120. Product of two number is 120 and addition is 9. I think not possible. Because by formula method is also not possible. Okay, no. We missed these two things. 12 minus 10. Here we have two constant values. So 12 minus 10 is 2, not 12. Now the product of two number is 20 and the addition is 9. So 5 times 4. So 10 sine square of x negative 5 sine of x negative 4 sine of x plus 2 that is equals to 0. So from here we will take 5 sine of x common, so we left 2 sine of x negative 1, and from here we will take 2 common, so 2 sine of x negative 1 that is equals to 0. So 2 sine of x negative 1 or 5 sine of x negative 2 equals to 0. So here we can say 2 sine of x equals, okay, negative 1 equals to 0, or 5 sine of x negative 2 that is equals to 0. So sine of x equals to 1 over 2, or sine of x equals to 2 over 5. Now you have to continue this question from here by using graphical method. Okay, okay. And let me know the answer, right?